Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be doing the end of the year book tag where I pretty much talk about the books that I'm hoping to read before the end of the year. I have hopes, but they're not very high. I probably won't actually read these books, but it's still fun to talk about, and I love doing book tags. So I think this book tag was created by Ariel Bissett, but if I'm wrong, I will link it down below and let you know who actually did it. So I might as well go ahead and get into it. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? There is one that I need to finish so badly. It probably won't happen because I'm just really not in the mood for it, but I am determined to finish this book one day, and it is A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. I bought this book as soon as it came out. The cover just captivated me. Like, obviously it's so freaking gorgeous. The concept, it was pitched to me, or I just saw it online. Everybody was saying black mermaids, sounded awesome. I love mermaids. Like, I love things like that. I love H2O. Come on, I love that show. But actually reading this book, I got about 76 pages in, and for some reason, I just was not vibing with it. It is like our world. I think it might be magical realism or like urban fantasy, and it's the regular world. And instead of mermaids, I think they are sirens. So I probably just read things wrong and assumed they were mermaids instead of sirens. I'm more interested in mermaids than sirens. This might just be my freaking fault, you know? The magic system that was so far developing was just super confusing to me, and for whatever reason, I just was really bored reading this, and I was just so sluggish getting through it, and I just haven't finished it. I want to finish it. I'm hoping the book gets better. I think I would prefer to read this on audiobook, so I've been trying to get that from my library. That will just be easier for me to knock this book out, because for whatever reason, I just could not get invested in this. And I really freaking want to, and I want to love this. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Bitch, it's winter now in my mind. It's Christmas time. So no. I'm doing this tag a little late. I would say there is a good book for this time of year, or you know, like October, that I just haven't gotten to yet, and I'm going to talk about it. Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. Now, this book has caught my eye since the moment I heard about it. It is a transgender main character, I believe, and I believe the author is trans as well, so that's always nice to know. It is Latinx, and it is spooky vibes with ghosts. So I'm pretty sure the main character is trying to resurrect someone that died, or like see the ghost of someone that died. I might completely be off, but I'm trying my best here. I think he accidentally summoned some random person's ghost. Oh, he summons the ghosts of his school's bad boys, so I guess that person died for some reason, and I don't think he ever liked this person, so he can't get the ghost to go away. This dude that he's never liked, even when the dude was alive. Honestly, that sounds like so much banter and so much fun. And the spooky vibes. Like, I literally should have read this in October. I don't think I had it yet, though. But I'm so ready to read it now. This book instantly went to, I don't know if it was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list, but it was definitely on the New York Times bestseller list. And I think that was the first time a trans author has made it on there, which honestly, that's amazing, but also terrible that that's not happened before, obviously. Honestly, I just have heard so many amazing things about this and how it's the perfect spooky time read, even though it's not spooky time anymore. Honestly, I'm in the mood for that at all times anyways, and I just feel like this time of year, I'm normally in the mood for something a little bit magical. The next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? There isn't. I haven't been really keeping up with any new releases. There isn't like a new book in a series that's coming out this year, but there is a book coming out, I think in January. I might have been pushed back. A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas is a book that is so highly anticipated for me. It is coming soon, 2021. I swear it's January. I might be freaking wrong, but this is supposed to be the continuation series for the trilogy of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I was supposed to reread those before this book came out. It's not happening. but you know, it's okay. This is supposed to follow a different character from that original trilogy. I loved the original trilogy so much. It's gonna follow the sister of the main character of the other series. That character is really freaking interesting to me, so I feel like I'm gonna love it, especially because there is a romantic love interest that they have a lot of freaking issues, and I cannot wait to see their issues come into play. I want them to fall in love. I want them to be happy. And I just cannot wait for the dramatic shit that's gonna go down with this book. The cover is so ugly. I just cannot stand behind that cover. It is painful to look at. But the book inside is probably gonna be everything to me, and I just cannot wait to get my hands on this book. Next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Ow! Oh my god! I just freaking dropped books on my finger. Pray for me. You know, like, I go through a lot filming these videos. It's really hard. So this question is perfect because there's literally 3 books in a series that I want to catch up on. And the 4th one is coming out in December. I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get to the 4th one in December just because, I don't know, these books are kind of thick. But the Ember in the Ashes series, I don't know if there's another name for the series, but I have read the first 2. I want to reread them. I have not read the 3rd one yet, but the first one is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Whoa. I'm pretty sure I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. Oh my god, there's a rip. I read it like a year or 2 ago. I really enjoyed this book. It was so much fun, and it's pretty much about a girl. She loses her whole family. The only person that she has left is her brother. Her brother ends up getting kidnapped and imprisoned, I'm pretty sure. So she goes to these rebels who are going against the Empire. This book strongly has Star Wars vibes just from like the names and shit in this series. It's just like, it really is funny to me how it's like the rebels, the resistance, the Empire. Like, it cracks me the frick up. But she goes to the resistance, the rebel people, because her parents used to be tied to them. She asks for their help, like, help me get my brother back. And they say, if you want us to break your brother back out, you need to go be a spy in the Empire in this like military training school. That's where our other character Elias comes in. He is in the military for the Empire, and he's a big warrior. Like, he's like one of the big deal people. He can kill you, shit like that. And Laya, I don't think I even said her name. She has to be a spy. She has to fake being a slave, and horrible conditions, very much mistreated. If she does anything wrong, like, she could get beaten the shit out of, and it's really scary for her because she is just not that type of person that would go undercover or anything. She's like very timid, just very shy. Since she loved her brother so much, it's the only family she has left. She has to do what she has to do, and it's terrifying to see her in this position. But that's why I love this book so much, because the tension was unreal, and it was just such a scary experience. And obviously Laya and Elias might have a little bit of canoodling, not really in this book, but like we see them interact a little bit, and it's interesting. Like, you kind of want to see where that relationship could go in the future. So then I read A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir, and I read this one like a huge gap in between these two for some reason, and I listened to it on audiobook, and honestly I did not do its justice. I don't feel like I paid attention enough, and I literally don't remember what happens in this book. I ended up not really liking the book that much, which is so weird to me because everybody says this book is like so freaking good, like even better than this one. So I think I want to physically read these to make sure I get the full experience and fall in love with it as deeply as other people do, because honestly I really think this will be my shit based on how much I loved this one. I need to give this one another shot, and after that I need to read A Reaper at the Gates, also by Sabaa Tahir. Honestly, the cover change really freaking hurts me. I really wish I had hardcovers of the other covers so it could match this one. I haven't read this one yet, so we'll see. I've heard a lot of people crying because of this book. And now we have the next book. It's like Sky of Storms or something. I have no idea what it's called, but I want to prepare myself to read that one, and hopefully within the next month or 2 I can make my way through these books, because I'd really like to, and I'd really like to get back into this series. The next question is Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? For this, I think a good choice would be The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. So many people have been raving about this book, and honestly, it just seems like it'd be exactly the kind of thing that just steals my heart. It's primarily like character relationships. I am a sucker for some really well done like character work, character development, anything like that, relationships. I love it, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship or anything. I just love to see it. So the whole premise of this is so intriguing. It is about this girl named Addie LaRue. She makes a deal with the devil so she can live forever, but the whole catch that happens is she can't ever be remembered by anyone. That ends up being a very lonely life because she's just alone in the world. Nobody knows her, no one remembers her. But one day, like centuries later, she goes into like a bookstore, I think, and someone remembers her. This dude, I think his name is like Henry or something. I feel like this is just gonna be such a beautiful book. My friend Brittany has a whole reading vlog for it if you want to see her thoughts. She got to read the arc before it even came out. It's a really good video. I just feel like it's going to strike me in the feelings. I believe it's an adult book. It's supposed to be somewhat of a romance, which V.E. Schwab doesn't typically like focus on, but I would love to see her do it. Her writing is gorgeous. I've read several of her books and she just definitely has a way with words. So this freaking topic and her beautiful writing style could just freaking kill me, you know? Like I will die while reading this. And the next question and the final question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2021? I normally chop my reading goal from the previous year. So my reading goal for this year was 70 books. I have already surpassed that. The year before, it was 60 books. I surpassed that. So I've been reading more and more every single year. So my goal for 2021 is going to be 80 books. I feel like that's very doable for me. I'm not trying to stress myself out. Like I've never read 100 books in a year. I think it's amazing that people are able to do that. And I feel like I'll probably be able to get there eventually. But that is the last thing for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. Let me know if you read any of these books. If there's one that you want me to read first. I'm positive I won't actually read these, but I do want to attempt to at least read An Ember in the Ashes and Addie LaRue. Like this video, comment down below, have a good day, please subscribe, make sure to follow all my social medias which are linked down below, and go click the bell button which is right by the subscribe button which you should have already clicked, and goodbye.